Do you ever feel like you don't belong in certain places and spaces? Well, I'm going to share an experience that I just had. Okay, so I was at my local library, which is super amazing. It's like the size of the Smithsonian. Okay, like it's huge. And it has like this very warm, inviting energy in there. And I like to go there because I body double, okay, because of the neurodivergency, because I work at home. The dopamine gives out, and then I'm like, oh, I need to do laundry and I need to do my dishes and all this stuff, and it just gets boring being at home all the time. So I went to the library and I'm doing my work, and across the hall they're having like this really big event. I'm not really sure if it's like a fundraiser event or what's going on. Everybody's dressed like super nice. I think there's a lot of like community leaders there, and this woman comes by and she was like, hey, if it's too loud, we have these other rooms that you can go into. And I said, oh, okay, thank you so much. And then I ended up just staying there because the noise wasn't bothering me. It was actually helping me stay on task. And then this man came out and he told me and two other people that were sitting close to the room, he was like, hey, we're actually having an open reception, and why don't you go make yourself a meal? And I was like, oh my gosh, that's so sweet. And then he walked off, and then all of a sudden I started to get in my head. And I said, oh, I can't go in there. All those people are dressed really nice. And I'm over here, like my hair is all messy because I got rained on. I have like gym clothes on. Like, then I started getting self-conscious about my blue hair because I was like, oh, well, this is a different type of people. And that's not to say that they would hold any judgments against me. It was me holding judgments against me, right? And I have had judgments against me in the past, but we can't project that onto everybody, okay? Because not everybody feels that way. And so I was like, what would future Sage do? My ideal self, okay, the version of myself that I am working on becoming. And I said she would stand proudly and walk in there and be so thankful for these abundant blessings. Okay. And so I said, all right. So I got up and I went in and I got some food, and everybody was so nice. Okay. Everybody was smiling and had great energy. And I got a piece of cake from this woman who was serving it, and we had like some laughs and some giggles. And I walked out and I was like, I'm so glad that I did that. One, it's amazing that I got a free meal. Love that. Okay. And it was delicious and such great food. And not only that, after I came back and sat down, because I was still kind of close to that room, 3 people came by to make sure that I had gotten a meal. And it just means a lot to me. Okay. And it's just like a representative of how just because we've had things happen in the past does not mean that that is pertaining to our current reality. And that we have to give ourselves opportunities to see change, but it really starts with our own self-concept, right? Like if I had done what maybe older, but younger versions of me in the past would have done, we would have never gone in there because we wouldn't have felt like we belonged or that we were good enough to be there, whether it's because of how we looked aesthetically, but it was actually how we felt like internally, right? And today I was like, no, I deserve to be in every room. Okay. I am highly intelligent. I'm funny. I have a lot to offer out into the world. Like there's a million great qualities about me. Like just because I look a little frazzled on the external, right, out here, that has nothing to do with my internal state of being. As a society, a collective, we can do some work around not putting so much emphasis on what everybody looks like aesthetically anyway, right? And so I wanted to share that, and sometimes asking yourself, what would the ideal version of me do, or what would future me do, can really help shift you. You can have a big quantum shift onto a completely different timeline by these micro decisions and choices that we make throughout our day. And I will say that one of the reasons that I had that fear in the first place is because of the household that I grew up in that was like very strict and expected you to be on your P's and Q's, and was told I had to look a certain way, especially because I'm a woman. And so that, programmed me in very specific ways, and I've been healing with that over the years. But a lot of the ways that our self-concept is influenced comes from childhood in our teenage years, from religion, culture, parents, peers, a myriad of places and spaces. And so it's times like these that we need to take some reflectory time and identify where these things started in the first place so that we can clear them out at the root and build our new identity to shift into. If this is something that you are interested in learning how to do yourself and how to reach these higher levels of consciousness through identity awareness and healing your inner children and your adolescence so that you can become the person that you want to be, and in all reality, take off all the shrouds and take off all the filter lenses and the distortions so you can see the true you. It's not about becoming, it is remembering. I am inviting you to check out the Quantum Evolution Academy. We are starting in May. You can go to my profile and click, check the comments or the description box below. This is going to give you so many keys to heal, grow, and expand.